Stanley, wait. Good. Good boy, Stanley. So here, just like with Gary, the rule is he can't cross this threshold. He doesn't have to sit. He doesn't have to lie down. He's just not allowed to cross. And for this, because you have two dogs, I am going to release him with his name. Stanley, free. Good job, buddy. Now, the criteria is a little bit different with Stanley because he's still just a puppy. I'm sending you home on a slip lead, but I'm also going to give you a pinch collar for when he's a little bit older or if he really starts to struggle. So when I start a walk, there's a couple different ways that I can get him into heel position. So I can use my hand and my body to help him. So Stanley, let's go. Good boy. Nice, buddy. Good. And I can either use food, this is just his kibble, or I can use petting, or I can use talking, good, to reward him throughout his obedience, right? You don't have to have food. The other way that you can use to get him into heel position is a little bit of tension on the leash. Stanley, let's go. It's like an arc motion, out and in. Good boy. Super, buddy. Or the other way you can do it is you can just stand next to him and then tell him, let's go. Good boy. It's okay if he's a little bit slow. Wait. Good, Stanley. And I could have had the leash a little shorter there. I'll show you in a second to make sure that he doesn't go ahead of me when I tell him wait. Okay, let's go. So if the leash is a little shorter and I say, Stanley, wait. And a little tap on the leash, that's much better. Now he's not in front of me. Whoops. I'm just going to help him get back here. Remember, he's just a puppy. Good boy. When I reward for healing, if I'm rewarding with food, I want to use my left hand and feed him sort of right behind my left leg because that's really where I want him to be. Let's go. Good boy, Stanley. And the most important thing here is that he doesn't pull. So if he goes off to the left, I'm going to sort of just go to the right and do a little bit of pressure on the leash, right? So this leash should be loose, but not so loose that it gets caught under his foot, and not so tight that he feels it all the time. Good boy. Stanley, wait. Good boy. Is another threshold? No. So I'm just going to help him by resetting him. Stanley, wait. Very nice, buddy. Good boy. Stanley, free. Nice, buddy. So now he's in a free, and he can do whatever he wants, but he's still not allowed to pull on that leash. Stanley, place. Good boy. Okay, when you have Stanley on place, I would recommend leaving a leash on him. That way, if he decides to get off, you can use the leash to help him back on. And again, the criteria for him is a little bit lower for Gary than Gary. I wouldn't expect for him to stay on his bed for an hour. That would be too long of a period of time for him, probably. I would be pretty close to him when you're doing place with him. Like, don't be in the other room. And then you can give him something to chew on or a bone, preferably not anything ball-shaped that's going to roll off the bed. Good boy. And now when you reward Stanley for being on place, it should be really gentle, calm praise as opposed to really excited, no, Stanley, place. As opposed to really excited petting or praise. No, Stanley. Good boy. Good boy. And now I've sort of reminded him twice, so if he gets off again, I might give him a little bit stronger of a leash correction, right? Because that correction should change his behavior. But now, while he's being successful, good. I'm gonna give him a little bit of food. One way that you can build value for the place bed is that you can take his whole dinner and you can put it on his place bed and he can eat on there. So he learns that that's where good things happen. Good boy. And when I go to release, I'm going to go all the way up to him and tell him, okay, free. Good boy. Come on. Nice. And I'm just going to encourage him there, right? We just corrected him for getting off. So now he doesn't want to get off, which is pretty normal. So just help him. Okay? Some of the other things we've worked on with him. So you can tell him, Stanley, sit. Give him a second here. If he doesn't sit, I can either use my hand to help him. Good boy. Or, Stanley, free. I can tell him, Stanley, sit, and use a little tiny bit of pressure up on the leash. Very good. But also very important, as soon as he starts to sit, that this leash isn't still tight, right? And it's going to be the same for a down. So if I say, Stanley, down, I can point to the ground. That might help him. Good boy. Okay, free. The other way you can help him, this is my brewery trick. Like if I'm going out to eat, instead of even saying down, I'll just gently step on the leash. Good boy. Nice. And then I leave that leash loose enough so that he only feels it if he gets up. Okay, so if he were to get up right now, right, you see what happened? He tried to get up and he got a little bit of feedback and he was like, nah, I'll stay there, right? But you want to make sure it's not like this and super tight. Right? Then he's going to feel it all the time. If they feel this pressure of the leash all the time, they're going to get desensitized to it and then it's not going to work anymore. That goes for pulling on leash. That goes for everything when the leash is attached to him. Okay, free. Nice, buddy. So recalls have been pretty good with him, but he can be a little bit stubborn in this department, and especially around this age, that's not super uncommon. So especially in your backyard where it's not fenced, I would have a long leash on him when you do this. So what I'm looking for Stanley is a change of behavior. So if I say, Stanley, come, yes! As soon as he turns around, I'm going to tell him yes, right? And I'm going to back up. That's going to draw him to me. Oh, pop, 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 pop. Yeah, got a little distracted there, right? And same thing here. I can feed him or I can be like, hey, buddy. Yeah, good boy. Good boy. Look at his tail. See how much he likes that? Good boy. And then the same thing. You kind of want him to stay close to you until you release him. So if Gary's with you, you can do that with a Stanley free. Or if Gary's not with you, you can do an okay free. Okay free. If he doesn't come, I'm going to show you with a short leash, but you can do this with a long leash. If he doesn't come, Stanley, come. Yes, he did it there. I would just give him a slight pop on the leash. So I would tell him, Stanley, come. If he doesn't come, I would say no and pop once on the leash until he starts to come around, right? And the second he turns around, I'm going to tell him yes and walk backwards. So the same thing I would do, right? So we'll try that one more time. He's like, I know this game. Good boy. Stanley. He's wise to that game. Do you want to? Stanley, come? No? Yes. Okay, so that's sort of what I would do for him for recalls. The other thing you can do if he's on a very long leash is if he starts to run towards the end, you can say, Stanley, come, before he hits the end of the leash. Obviously, don't let him hit the end of the leash very hard, but you can give him that reminder. So if he does go to the end of the leash, he's going to feel that leash pressure.